Too Much Intimacy, episode 7, take 2. It's going to be a fun one. I'm Jester. She's Phoebe. We're your hot stoner couple hiding behind alter egos.
For now.
For now. Until we do the big reveal.
What's the big reveal?
I don't know. When we tell them our real names? I don't know. What's the big reveal? I have no idea.
All right, whatever. If there is a big reveal, it will be way more exciting than you just hear what our names are. There'll be a little dog and pony show.
Yeah.
There'll be a lady with like feathers and like
it's
like feather fans, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a production budget if we're gonna make this episode.
Yeah. Anyway, we're back.
We're back. It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute.
Been a minute. It's been a longer minute than I realized.
Yeah.
You don't have your phone, do you? Because
why?
Oh, it's just I wanted to look when the last time we published was, but it doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
We haven't published.
It feels like it's been 2 years, but that's only because I think a lot has happened since in this time.
It's been a pretty intense
since I went away and you went away.
Yeah. And then I came back and you were still away. Or you went away again. You timed it perfectly. It's like you didn't want to see me.
It just happened that way. That's the way the meetings aligned.
Yeah. Anyway. It's been a challenge because, in the middle of winter when you're like already struggling with seasonal affective disorder, whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. When you're already sad, when you're already depressed, and your partner goes away, it makes it kind of tough. So yeah, it's been like a long dark night of the soul.
Yeah.
For me, February.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about where you went? What happened?
Well, I guess where are we starting the story? Because if we're talking about all of February.
I don't think we should talk about all of February. Wherever you want to start the story, though.
Oh, okay. So, so my buddy had a 40th birthday party in the Dominican Republic. Yeah. So it was gonna be a fun time.
And how many people went?
It was like a group of like 20, 25 people. I think our total number was 24, and then we hired a couple local guides, so it was like 26.
In like a big villa. In
a nice, beautiful villa with a pool, right by the beach,
court.
And a basketball court, which will play a important role. And I had a great time, but I drank my face off pretty much the whole time. I made it my duty to be the vibesman, to make sure the birthday boy was having a good time, because he was very stressed out about the organization parts of it and the budget, especially the money part of it, and he was very stressed out at the beginning of the trip. So I said, all right, birthday boy, you're getting the full performance.
You were like the hype guy?
I decided I was going to make sure that he got the wild party that he wanted.
You were like the warm-up guy, but you just went the whole 5 days?
I went the whole 5 days. Once I popped, I couldn't stop. Which is a thing that I'm discovering is, once I start, I have a hard time stopping.
Sounds difficult, taxing, potentially dangerous.
Potentially dangerous is indeed the truth. And
there was one injury.
So on day 2 of the trip, which I had not been consuming anything at that point, on day 2 of the trip, we were playing basketball, and I'm a competitive guy. I'm not going to go soft. I'm going hard, and I roll my fucking ankle. And now I'm the fucking guy with the fucking injury.
Was it worth it? Did you win?
No, we got the shit kicked out of us. We were unmatched. We were playing against the guy who was like me and the birthday boy. We're playing against our other friend, who's like an athlete. He's not great at basketball's not a sport, but he's an athlete. So we'll call him the athlete. And then the guy, the bartender who just he's just a Dominican guy who lives down there and plays basketball on that exact court on his free time. And he's like basically my height, fucking
He just
has 40 pounds on me.
he just owns the court.
Yeah, and I'm like,
He's like, I just let these tourists come and I annihilate them.
yeah.
Why
yeah.
is he playing on the court? You guys rented that villa, wasn't it? Like,
No, we wanted him to play with us.
just for you guys?
No, we wanted him to play with us. That was part of the fun. We were getting to know him. You know, he was having a blast. He was having shots with us. You know,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Having shots and playing basketball at the same time?
No, the shots happened. The basketball happened in the middle of the day. The hard drinking happened at night.
I see.
I do think there were probably some people that had like a wake up beer or a like late morning beer and then went and played basketball, but not me because I knew that I was weak. But I didn't know how weak because I rolled my fucking ankle just like doing some standard fucking little cut. I don't know. I wasn't even like I was just taking the ball out. I didn't even I didn't even do anything cool. And then of course I was like, no, I rolled it a little bit, but I thought I was okay because I had the adrenaline, so I like had to finish the game out, and I fucking lost, of course, because we never had a shot in the first place. But we did have a couple of sick plays. Me and Birthday Boy, we executed a real nice pick and roll.
I don't know what that means.
So the pick and roll. Do you care?
Yeah, what is it?
This is the pick and roll. So when one guy has the ball,
This is playing 2-on-2?
playing 2-on-2, right? So I'm the
Okay.
guy with the ball. Then Eric comes and sets a pick on my defender, right?
What does that mean? He sets a pick.
So he like gets in the way, so that like if he goes here, I'm gonna try to go around him, and my defender's gonna run into Eric. Okay, so that's a pick. So what you do in the pick and roll?
So he's just like a body block, basically?
Yeah, he's a body block. Yeah.
Okay.
So what you do in the pick and roll is you come around here, this guy gets the pick, and then after that you roll to the basket, and the guy with the ball passes it down to you. So I set a nice pick for Eric, and I rolled, and we got because we get the defenders confused, and they're not sure who's supposed to cover who.
I see.
And Eric threw Birthday Boy, damn it, Birthday Boy threw this perfect pass right to me under the basket, and I just laid it in.
Nice.
I think we lost 9-3, but that was a pretty sick point. Anyway, then I went and iced my ankle and put it up, and was the limp. I was the gimp for the rest of the trip.
Well, you weren't really just the gimp. You were the hype gimp.
I was the hype gimp. It was okay. So I kind of felt justified because night 2 was crazy. Also, it was probably a mistake to have gone crazy both night 1 and night 2 in a row. So night 1 was crazy. Night 2 was always going to be crazy because that was like the karaoke. That was the birthday celebration.
Okay.
We did karaoke. We had a DJ come who threw a speaker into the pool. Like we had the whole fucking movie moment. It was so stupid.
Not even his own speaker.
Not even
Was
his
it the
own
birthday boy's speaker?
No, it was somebody else who had brought a speaker. It was a waterproof speaker, so it was fine. But like he wouldn't shut up. He kept feeling so bad, and then he's like, "I'm so sorry." We're just like, "Dude, honestly, just kind of like leave us alone at this point."
Just please.
He's
go
like,
home.
I'll pay for it. So like he was drunk at that point, and so we were like,
The DJ was
the
wasted.
DJ was wasted. So like my heroic effort that night was that I escorted the DJ off the property.
All right,
I was the guy who finally got the DJ to go. So everyone's exhausted going into night 3. And
Did you guys party hard every single night?
pretty much.
Oh my god. I'm glad I didn't go on this trip. I'm sorry that
Well,
you came out mentally fucked up and emotionally fucked up, but I don't care. I'm glad I didn't go on
No.
the trip.
I think if you had gone on the trip, I would not have partied every night because not everyone partied every night.
Oh.
Eric
I see.
partied every night. Kat partied every night. I think Kat partied every night. Anyway, I was one of the party. It was an irresponsible decision, but I should not have partied every night. But the third night was the night we were going to go to the club, and I knew that was very important to Eric, to the birthday boy. So and everyone was real tired, and we went to this dinner that was really, really long, and like just it was going very poorly, and I saw that the club numbers were really falling off, and I know that the birthday boy had put some money down on us having like the VIP space, and there might have been a little show involved, so I'm like, nope, my role.
Wait, what do you mean a little show involved?
It was stripper night at the at the club.
Oh,
But
I see.
they weren't real strippers. They didn't actually strip. They were just exotic dancers.
What's the difference?
They don't take off any clothes.
Then why are they called strippers? They're called
so-
exotic dancers because they don't
because
take
they
their
don't
clothes.
take their clothes off.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the delineation that I made in my mind.
Okay.
You're
not an expert?
I'm not an expert. This is my third time in a... Actually, that wasn't even a strip club. Third time interacting with a stripper. I got distracted. Okay, so then I was like, all right, so then we went to the next time, and then we were waiting for the stripper to come because we knew that the stripper was going to give Eric a lap dance. That was going to be the birthday present, but it was taking forever, and even the people who we did manage to wrangle were really wanting to go. They were like really tired, and I was kind of leading that group because I'm like on one limp here. I'm trying to dance as much as I can.
Oh my God!
Right? It's stupid. But then, like,
sorry, finish your story.
But they kept being like, no, she'll be here in 15 minutes. They'll be here in 15 minutes. We're on island time, so it took a lot longer than that. So we've just decided to give in. Like, even the exhausted people, they're taking breaks. We're just, like, making sure Eric birthday boy's having the best time of his life, including Gimpy me. I got up every so often and made sure I was part of it. There was hookah, so I was sitting there smoking hookah, but we were still dancing.
Oh, my God. It just gets worse and worse. I hate hookah.
You hate hookah?
It is just the worst.
Why do you dislike hookah?
Because I just feel like it tastes weird. I know they have different flavors.
Yeah.
But, like, it tastes weird and, like, nothing happens. The only thing I've ever smoked in my life is weed.
Yeah.
So when I smoked hookah, I'm like, what are we even doing?
What are we doing?
Am I just hurting my lungs?
You're just hurting your lungs.
Having this bad taste and nothing is happening to me?
I feel like it relaxes you a little bit, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. It's not.
I don't
really
know.
strong as weed.
Maybe I never did it right, but
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else. Oh yeah, so we're finally the exotic dancer comes, and then we
was she worth the wait?
Yeah, Eric, he was the happiest he's ever been. He was literally a kid in a candy store. He said, I was having such a good time that I forgot that you guys were there. Because,
oh, wow.
Like, you were allowed, this is an exotic dancer that you were allowed to touch in certain places.
Okay,
yeah. Not everywhere, but, so he was having a great time. One of the girls got a lap dance from them. So like it all ended up being worth it for that. I don't think anybody regretted going. It was a pretty epic night. We were legendary. So the party
by pure sheer will.
By pure sheer will. Yeah. So pretty much that was like 4, maybe even 5 days straight. And so by the end of it, I was pretty donezo.
Sounds like the perfect trap for you, babe.
It was the perfect trap.
Perfect trap.
So I had myself a nice little panic attack in the airport, and that was fun.
Were your people supportive?
I hid it pretty well. The birthday boy knew it was happening, but I mean, I don't know if I hid it pretty well. I don't. But I basically said, I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go have a panic attack around the corner because I don't want to do this with other people. And I don't know if he told people or not, but I know like 1 or 2 people kind of like. I made eye contact and I was like, you got me right. So I think people knew.
Yeah.
And I was really embarrassed. That
you had a panic attack?
Yeah, because it was like I was like pacing. I couldn't stop myself from pacing. I couldn't stop myself from like talking to myself. Like the self-hatred voice was really coming out, and like really making itself heard coming out of my throat. Like I had to say these things,
Yeah.
saying, and like I basically had to do battle with myself. It was really embarrassing. But it was also from the outside really funny because it was like one of those things where I couldn't stop my body from moving. And I've got this fucking, so I'm like limping, having a panic attack, being like, shut up, you suck, So inside my head, even while it was happening, I was like, this is at least got to be entertaining from the outside, if not a little bit concerning. So anyway, alcohol and I are taking a break.
Oh, my babe.
Yeah, it was a fun one. I don't think you really realized what was happening.
I mean, we didn't really talk that much. Like, we did talk, but it was like small things.
Yeah.
I did notice that you were texting me good night at like 5 o'clock in the morning multiple times. I did notice that. And I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, that was the alcohol. I was staying out late.
Yeah. I mean, how did you... that seems very interesting, your panic attack where you were like... I don't know. I've never had an experience like this before.
You've never had a panic attack before?
I have had a panic attack, but not where I was like in a public place and where I had to like wrestle myself out of it. Is that what you were trying to do? Is that what the talking was?
Kind of, yeah.
Do you feel like you won in the end? Where you felt like you were battling with your self-hatred?
I mean, I didn't feel like a battle. It was like literally a fight to like, all right, just make sure you don't get hospitalized in the Dominican. Don't just like make sure you know when your flight is and calm yourself down enough so that you can get on this plane and you can breathe through the plane. It was literally just getting my breath under control.
Yeah.
And being like, if I don't move this energy, like I can't go and scream into a pillow. I can't go like do a workout. I'm fucking limping. I can't go onto the beach and like, I can't do anything. I'm trapped in this airport. And I can either be with the group of people who just saw me party my face off for 5 days straight and like, oh gosh, maybe like, did I make a fool of myself? Like, oh my God, was I the, 39-year-old who's trying to party like he's still in his mid-20s? Maybe. So it was like either be in that group or like go be by yourself. And I was like, I'm not doing this in front of people. I already like, I let birthday boy know what was happening, and I kind of like broke down in front of him a little bit. And then I was just like, I'm gonna go. I'll be around the corner. Checked in once or twice, just like got water, and then kind of, yeah.
Well, you made it through.
I made it through. That was a hell of a flight. It was very uncomfortable. It was a small flight. I was injured.
Yeah. That sucks, babe.
But it was
Well, it sounds kind of like, to me, it sounds like the role that you put yourself in of like being the hype guy for 5 days. Including pushing your body to the limit.
While injured is stupid.
No, I'm not saying it's stupid. I'm just saying like, I feel like if you just know, like logically, the like ups, the kind of like amount of up that we can handle in our experience. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's physics.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is actually true, but I feel like it's like physics energetically where
it's like you go up.
Like this is what happens when we like spend a lot of time with our families, right? Like you and me. Like it's an extended period of time where you push yourself to really be the best version of you for the people around you, and it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot out of you, and like you're just kind of like you're going like this, and then like your body naturally wants to go like this, but you keep pushing and you keep going up, but it's not like it's not like you're just gonna go back to normal after that. It's like you have to go back down. So it feels like you just pushed yourself past the limit, and then you went like all the way crashing to the bottom.
I crashed all the way down. It was really a foolish decision, but you live and learn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and I think some things you can only learn yourself too,
Yeah.
Like, I was a little bit curious about what was going to go down on this trip. I was like, what's happening? Where are the activities? Seems like might be kind of queuing up for like a balls to the wall party weekend, but I wasn't like totally sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. I don't really feel like it's my duty as your partner to like be your, to police you.
Yeah.
So my kind of like take on this is like, I don't know, just repeatedly checking in with you. Like, okay, how was that for you?
Yeah.
Seems like parts of it were really great, and you wouldn't take it back.
I wouldn't.
And then parts of it you're like, ooh.
I would revise it. Yeah, I would peak the experience. I wouldn't do this. I would go.
Yeah.
Yeah, c'est la vie.
Yeah.
But you, did you have a nice time without me?
Maybe that's where maybe when you were pushing yourself, I'm like, maybe when you're having a tough time, I feel like I was having a great time.
You were.
But like the opposite. Like, I wasn't like a monk, but those 5 days that I had here at the house alone, it was like I wasn't smoking any weed. I had to work during the day, regular Monday through Friday work days. But like when it was done, I was like, whoa, this feels so different.
Yeah.
Just like you not being there, and in a way that, like, obviously there was like the coldness, like, of not having you around.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, there was like just this space for me to be like, oh, what do I want to do? Because normally I would just do like what we do together. We have like our regular like routines. So I was like, oh, I want to do something different, because there's stuff that's been building up that I've been wanting to do that I haven't paid any attention to. Yeah. So
like what?
Like stuff that sounds stupid, but like builds up over time and isn't stupid. Yeah, like putting together this like little file organizer that I bought for my office, and my office is like, looks like a bomb went off in there. Like, it's a mess. Like, the organization is like very, very minimal. Yeah. So I put the files together. Like, I fixed our wood stove, the handle fell off, and it was very sad. We were using it for like a week and a half with just like the little skinny metal bar. Yeah. So I like got my shit together and like put the handle back. Just like stuff, organized our spice drawer. Like, organized the spice
drawer. You made me some lentil burgers because you knew I'd be having a hard time fending for myself when I got back.
I made some delicious food that I had been wanting to make that takes more time and energy than I usually allot. Yeah. For it. I don't know. I just feel like I really filled my cup. And then after I had like many days of like doing my own thing and like filling my cup and like feeling like I was really connecting with myself, like I feel like I was getting a level of clarity from not smoking the weed and from having just like so much time alone, that then I was like, all right, I've done like a lot of stuff for us in the house, but now I want to do something that just like is for me. Mm-hmm. So on Sunday evening, I had a nice mushroom trip.
Was it really Sunday evening?
It was Sunday evening.
What time?
It was at like, it was pushing it. It was at like 5.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I did like 1.36 grams.
Okay.
So it wasn't like big, but it wasn't small.
It was a trip. Yeah.
It was a trip.
So how deep did it go? How was it?
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was deep.
Tell me.
We don't even have the time. I haven't even told you about it like fully
I know.
off the podcast, but it was really amazing. I set the intention before drinking the tea to just like have this time for myself. Basically, I just went in with the like intention of supporting myself, whatever my soul's like needed for its like highest purpose, and I did a nice little prayer, invited all my ancestors in to watch over and help hold the space because just me and the cats.
Yeah.
And I had a really like beautiful journey. Like I had like hard parts, but I feel like I really worked through some stuff and like stepped into myself energetically in a way that I don't know that I ever have before in my life, like while feeling grounded.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice. You feel a lot more confident now.
Yeah.
You feel like you've figured something out.
Like I figured something out.
Yeah. Well, you feel like you've tapped into like an energy that you've been wanting to tap into.
Yeah, for sure. I do feel like that.
Yeah.
It's really great. I've been feeling like lately working with the mushrooms has been really good for me because I was feeling a little bit lost for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like we went into this period of just like fun, exploration, psychedelics, which was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
We had a really good time.
Yeah, we had a pretty epic time.
We had a blast.
Some would have referred to us as psychonauts, but you don't like that label. Sorry.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, and then I felt like some kind of questions were coming up. Like I felt like it was time to like transition to a new phase, but I wasn't really sure what that was.
Yeah.
Like logically, like where I was trying to place myself, like didn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that for this like interstitial period where I am right now, the mushrooms have been really amazing at just like dropping me like little wisdom bombs.
That's nice.
Or in this case, like big wisdom bombs. I don't know. It's been a nice thing to do every couple weeks or however much. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been getting you through the winter.
Yeah, you say that, but the winter doesn't really bother me so much anymore.
Really?
Not since leaving the city.
Oh, really? I guess that, I don't know.
Have we not talked about that?
No, we haven't.
I'm surprised. Like, coming from a warm climate.
Yeah, you're from Arizona.
Historically speaking, my body runs cold.
Cold, yeah.
So it's been hard for me to, like, physically stay warm in the past. I think something has changed in me. Like, in my energy body, like, physiologically. Like, I definitely feel that I run warmer now.
Yeah.
But also, the first couple winters up here, I remember feeling like, well, our heat would also like go out all the time,
God,
which was so annoying. But like, I remember just like this feeling of like, I never felt like I stayed warm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just had this like feeling of being very weak, kind of.
Yeah.
Like weak energetically, where I am seeking warmth all the time. And then I'm just like walking around basically with like a space heater, like following me around everywhere.
Yeah.
But I even then still like, even that I didn't feel like really warmed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think something in the past like 2 winters, you know, I started doing the like cold showers on and off. I feel like I just started like confronting the cold more instead of trying to be warm all the time but not really succeeding.
Yeah.
So
living with the cold.
Going into the cold. And also like this year and I can't remember if we did it last winter, but like this year we've been continuing to go to the farmer's market all
Oh
year.
yeah, we didn't do that last winter.
And it's outside.
Yeah.
And something about it, like, it feels great to me to just like go outside. Like, it's fucking cold out there, but like I love it.
Really?
Get to see all the people. I mean, we're shopping for about like half an hour out there. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But I just feel like my soul, when I confront the cold in a more like direct way, I feel warmer the rest of the time. And I feel stronger inside. That's what the whole, I'm sure that people who know more about the like cold plunge thing, like they have a scientific way of explaining it. But like I have felt that after taking cold showers, like I feel just like fucking stronger afterwards. Like like I imagine a bodybuilder feels when they're like, ah! Like that's like something like that.
Yeah. I do feel the cold showers definitely help. They definitely make you feel whatever stronger.
I think something in us switched though.
Yeah.
You know how when you started taking LSD, like when you started doing psychedelics regularly,
Yeah.
something in us switched, right?
In our body temperatures?
In like our roles, like I feel like in the balance of us as a couple.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh,
do tell.
You do know what I mean.
I'm sure I do.
So I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. So the thing that switched, like, well, yeah, one thing is our body temperatures. Like I used to be cold all the time.
No, you're not as cold.
And now we're like, even when we're in the car together, I notice like your seat heater is always
my seat heater is
always
high.
on, and I'm always getting hot, and I'm turning it down.
Yeah.
That's never happened before.
Yeah.
But other things also switched with us, so I just.
Yeah.
But anyway, I do like the winters more than I thought I would. I love that there's much fewer bugs in the winter.
That's true.
We don't have to do any yard work in the winter.
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's just a more inward time, but I think it just is because my personality is like I'm more introverted.
That's true. You are a more
like the 2020 pandemic, like being inside all the time, like it didn't really bother me that much.
Right.
I was like, all right, we're going into our deep.
You're going into the deep.
We're going to
cocoons.
do some shadow work for a year, basically.
Meanwhile, I'm getting cabin fever.
You're like, somebody other than my wife, please hug me, talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to stay in. It's hard to find that balance, and it's also hard to like stay in contact with people. And we've moved up. We moved. Away from where we had been for a while. We moved out of the city, right. And it's hard to keep up with people. For an extrovert like me who kind of like needs that energy, it feels a little isolated. And like we've got,
yeah.
We're starting to build a social group up here. But I would say like I still have more social
starting to build. Babe, we have a great social group.
We have a great
social
social group up here.
I don't know what you're saying right now.
We have an amazing social group up here, but I don't feel as integrated into it as I do with these people that I've known for 12 years. That I've trauma bonded over to like
right.
shitty jobs and people we've known that have passed away and things like that.
Right, makes sense.
It's just a factor of time.
Careful what you say, babe.
I'm not wishing to trauma bond with any of our new friends.
Okay, just clarifying.
I feel like we've
just clarifying that.
Yeah, we've trying to leave as many traumas in the past as I can. Not trying to manifest new traumas. Bubs, is this thing even on?
Yeah, it's recording.
No, but this one is.
It is. I heard it.
You're right, but I can't hear Bubs' purring. Anyway. That's because he's not purring. He never quite settled in.
Is that true, Bubs?
Yeah, he says, I need a little more attention.
Did you hear him? He responded. Your energy has been a little chaotic.
I gotta calm him down.
Bubs, you're such a good boy. You're the best boy. You're the best boy.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, I feel like we had a moment. You and I had a moment earlier where you just wanted me to validate you that you were a good kitten.
And you wouldn't do it?
I did do it.
No, you didn't.
I did do it.
Eventually. Like, it's kind of like, not even sarcastically. You're like, I'm saying this because you're asking me to say this. You did give me a hug eventually. That was nice.
I don't want to get into it, babe. What I was trying to say. Oh my god. Do you want me to tell you now?
No. What were you trying to say?
You're a good kitten.
Wow. Am I really?
Yeah.
You mean it?
Of course I mean it.
Okay. Thanks, babe.
I was just thinking about, I don't know. I was just thinking about love right now.
Mm-hmm.
In a time where I see a lot of war
Mm-hmm.
and hatred
Yeah.
and people not like even being able to accept kind of where we are and what's happening right now.
Yeah.
You know, people just being angry and not accepting and not being able to like be productive and move forward.
Yeah.
You know, I'm specifically talking about this article that my dad sent, which I was like, oh, did you read that?
No, I didn't read that article. It was something about like.
It was about how there was some. Oh, I don't even know what it's called. I'm gonna sound so stupid.
Wasn't it something about like how the Democrats need to move on or something? It was something about the
Well,
Democrats.
there was I don't know what it's called when they all get together. All of the representatives get together, the Democrats and the Republican, and Trump was there
speech.
making an address.
Yeah, he addressed Congress.
And I think there was also some people being honored.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't hear about the honor, people being honored, but
anyway,
they usually honor somebody.
It was like basically how the Democrats they were physically present, but they were just like holding signs that were like
Mm-hmm.
basically being like protesting and not even engaging at all with what was going on and not trying to like play the game.
Yeah.
You know, they're there to play the fucking game, which is like try to get in there and fight for our shit.
Yeah.
And not, their job is not to be silent and hold a sign and say that they're angry.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything for us. That's just handing over our power.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know why I started going on this tangent, but
Bubs liked it.
Bubs like, keep going, Mom. Keep going.
So the people that are angry about
I think I'm just thinking about love in this hard time and like acceptance and like fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I felt that with you too coming back. I feel like you got back and you have been really struggling with your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but you know what, you and I had this weekend together, just the two of us. We've had a lot of like hard conversations, you know, talking about the real shit, and I feel like you're really fighting for your life and your well-being.
Yeah.
And I want to say that you are a good kitten. And I think that I don't want to like drag down any one person or how people are reacting to what's going on in the world right now, but I just want to say that it's hard, but you are still like loved and you're good, even if you fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that you can't still pick yourself up and take the next steps forward that you need to take and still try to make your life something good.
Yeah.
You know? Which can just be small, things that feel small, like being good to your people.
Yeah.
Love your family.
Yeah.
Be good to your family.
Yeah.
And be good to your friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know why I got all weird. Sorry.
No, it's good, babe. I needed to hear that.
You needed to hear that?
I needed to hear that I was good and to, like, I don't know. Yeah. I needed a reminder that I'm good.
Yeah. I think it's okay to, like, do things that you're not sure if that was the right decision or,
Yeah.
I think it's like, how can we ever know?
Yeah.
Especially when you're so close to it.
Yeah.
You're so close to that moment, like.
Adorable.
He's so relaxed.
He's a good boy.
He's the best boy.
You guys, I feel like this is the best sound setup we've had for Bubs. This is his best position.
He's really playing a lot.
He's a good boy.
Anyway,
this is fun. This has been a pretty deep one so far.
Has it been deep?
I feel like we've kind of gone straight there. I feel like this might have been a little too much intimacy.
Sorry.
I was kidding. You guys knew what you're getting into when you fucking tapped.
Yeah.
It took us a while to get here, but this is probably like, you should expect us to go here every so often.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what to say about that, babe. I feel like I don't want to say that I have one setting, which is deep. But when you and I talk, like, I don't have a big, like, barometer for how deep we're going.
You just go all the way.
You just go all the way.
You go all the way.
With when we're around other people, I think I'm a little more sensitive, or.
Yeah, but when it's just you and me, it's like, I'm pretty,
We go straight to the core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for, is, just to be like, it's okay to be yourself, We're just trying to be ourselves, and, whether you or not you have a partner, you can just always know that you can record a little podcast for yourself, You can pillow talk with yourself and process all the challenging things. And there is intimacy in this world. It's okay to be intimate. And everyone has, there are people out here who are listening to you, who want to listen to you.
Yeah.
That are willing to have real conversations if you want to have them.
Yeah. I think that's what I kind of missed about this space. I feel like it's like a little capsule for us to step into, where we are super intentional about being there for each other and really trying to bring our best selves, and like really see the best in the other person.
Yeah.
I know I try to do that all the time in life, but like, we're just people, and I'm also just trying to live my life. So I really come in here and try to like be, I don't know, in touch with my most like godly parts of me.
Godly, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting phrasing.
Well, I feel like we're wrapping up, but maybe we'll talk about it another time.
Yeah.
If we continue to do the artist way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But we started reading the artist way. And there's a lot of talk about God in there.
Yeah, that's right. We just did the intro. This is an interesting one because I grew up in church and you grew up very skeptical of church. And I've been kind of craving a little bit of, more presence of the spiritual, like structure around the spiritual world, like community around it. Missing elements of the, like, of what I grew up with. Even though, like,
the coming together,
the community part of it. And that's, like, not like that. You feel very skeptical about that. Coyote is finally making her appearance. Hey, Miss Muffin. 'Muffin. 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 'Muffin.
within the framework of the artist's way, where like God is creativity.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
That makes sense. I think, yeah, God is creativity that's a good way to look at life.
Does that resonate with you?
It does. I think we're probably going to have to like save that for next week's episode. Because I feel like
episode?
I feel like this is something that like we could probably do another 45 minutes on, but
yeah.
I don't know if I had the energy for that.
Kayo, I was thinking that we should do our sign off soon, beautiful girl, but you just came and got cozy.
She just came and sat right down on top of me.
Maybe we should do like 10 minutes on.
10 minutes on.
Let's do a small bit.
All right.
Let's try to see how long Coyote thinks we should go for.
Yeah.
She'll be our director.
Yeah. Okay. So I very much think, you know, God is exactly what you make of it. Like, why would you believe in a God that isn't good for you? That seems stupid, right? Whether or not...
That seems like a real easy way to curse yourself.
It seems like a real easy way to curse yourself.
Yeah.
Why would you believe in, you know, a God that gets angry with you? Or, like, why would you believe in anything other than what you want?
Right.
So, like, why would you believe that God... I mean, I guess that's a question. Like, I want God to be love, so I choose that God is love. And creativity. And, like, you know, God is more than just one element. So I'm going to add, like, creativity, fun. You know, love, creativity, fun.
Yeah.
But what were you? What do you think about God?
What do I think about God?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a really wide question, babe.
Okay, so the artist's way was talking about how God is necessary to the basic philosophy, but God is creativity.
Yeah, I'd have to like pull up those tenets again and reread them. But I think that what Julia Cameron is saying is that as humans, we are creators.
Mm-hmm.
And that God has created us, right?
Yeah.
God created us, and our gift back to God is to also create in turn.
Mm-hmm.
And
but God doesn't have to be defined as one particular God, right?
yeah, she's very open. She leaves it very open-ended and is like, if you don't even like to use the word God, you can use other words like flow.
Seven, creativity. So God is creativity.
Well, I think that the way she words it, I know I said that earlier, God is creativity. I think that what she was saying was actually that creativity is that like all of that like part of what makes up us is creativity. That like creativity is like innate and it's like an energy that's part of like everything that exists.
Yeah.
And that creativity is innate to so because of that, creativity is innate to our beingness. Mm-hmm. And that we should use our creativity to build things, to move towards like things we want to make, or towards a life that sparks joy and excitement in our souls.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I gathered from what she was saying. Did that make any sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
This is real fresh. We started reading this yesterday.
I
think I've read through her 10 tenets like 3 times now.
Yeah. That's an exciting thing that we're going to start, though.
Yeah, I'm really trying to read through and take in these things that she's saying, because I think it's a really beautiful lens to look at the world through right now, especially with you and I kind of, I don't know, with me kind of newly starting to identify myself as an artist.
Newly?
And
You never thought of yourself as an artist previously?
Not really.
Really? I've always thought of you as an artist. Anyway, we can do that on another episode.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, I know we talked about this on a podcast. No, I mean, I wouldn't describe myself in the past as an artist because I'm not like a textbook artist. Like I'm not like I don't identify
You're
as
not
like a
painter.
painter or a sculptor. You know, I've made installation art in the past, like, and I think if I had continued down that path, I would have easily given myself the title of artist. But I think being in design, you know, I see now that what I do is definitely, it's a functional art. And I see now, I think now that I've kind of applied my, my values on like beauty and harmony, now that I've applied those, I see how I apply those in my work, like religiously, and now I'm also really starting to apply those in my life, kind of with the same intention of like not being like religious, like I don't want to be serious, so like rigid about it, but I do want to be very intentional about it, and like I am kind of, I guess I'm having a serious vibe about it right now.
Oh, you're very serious.
So in that way, I think I would consider myself an artist of my life.
Yeah.
And I feel very passionate about creating things that are beautiful and the epitome of what I think everything should be made out of.
I think you're bringing your vision of the world to life. I think that's what being an artist is communicating our inner selves outward.
Yeah.
Through one way. You know, there's so many different canvases, you know. It can be storytelling, it can be podcasting, it can be design, it can be, you know, how you make people feel. I think, you know, cooking, baking, everything's an art.
Yeah. I agree. Well, I think everything can be an art.
Everything
I don't think that
art.
everyone approaches it that way.
Yeah. But everything can be an art. I mean, I'm sure that mathematicians at the highest levels think, you know, math is art.
For sure.
Oh, like, because life is art. It's just creativity.
I think it's just how you live it.
Coyote does not want this podcast to end.
Oh my God, little muffin. She's so precious.
She's perfect. I feel bad for these guys each time we come up here because they think it's bedtime. And then we end the episode and we go downstairs and we watch it and we have sweet treat. Like, I'm sorry. We're like an hour away from bedtime.
They're the best kittens ever, though.
But I do think we should probably...
You think we should wrap it up?
I think we should wrap it up. I think we're a little longer than we normally go. And
all right.
I'm exhausted. I don't know about you, but I've been partying all week.
All right, let's wrap it up then.
I mean, we can hang out if you want.
I just have to extricate myself from this angels.
Poor Muffin. I'm sorry, Miss Muffin. And she's like, no, Dad, do some more material.
Just like,
what else? What do you want me to talk about, Coyote? I feel like we covered quite a lot of topics. We talked about your body temperature. I think this should be...
I'm going to extricate myself from Coyote before you start going into topics that I don't want you to talk about. Too personal of topics.
Well, you said...
She's so stubborn. She doesn't want to. Come on. You can do it, little girl. You're such a good muffin.
Okay.
All right.
Every time.
Lamb chop says hi.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode.
Thanks for tuning in. We really hope that you felt our love beams shooting out of our hearts and through these 3 little cameras.
Yeah, I don't even know which camera we're talking to. There's 5 things here. talking about the iPhone looks like a alien.
All right. We're going to bring it in.
We're bringing it right in.
We can do it. It's a little rusty coming back in, but
we're
going to land this plane.
We're landing this fucking plane right in your 3 eyeballs.
Okay. The sign off this week is to be gentle with yourselves. Drink a lot of water. And tell yourself you look fucking sexy in the mirror.
All right. You heard it first. Be gentle with yourselves. Drink a lot of water. And tell yourself you look sexy in the mirror.
Yeah.
Right.
What's that word when you objectify